I put my airline tickets on there, that's for sure.
Okay, guys. Good evening. Please turn off your phones. Welcome to the February 7th, 2024 regular meeting of Eureka Springs Historic District Commission. I'm Dee Bright, Chair. Commissioners present tonight are Maggie Haid, Christine Sanamore, Frank Green, and Susan, last name? Daniels. I'm sorry. I have to make a new paper. We have a quorum for business. Eureka Springs Historic District Commission is empowered by the Eureka Springs Municipal Code to issue a certificate of appropriateness for alterations of exterior architectural features, demolition, and new construction. With the boundaries of the Eureka Springs Historic District, the HDC uses Eureka Springs Historic District guidelines and the U.S. Department of Interior standards for the rehabilitation of historic buildings as the basis for our decisions. The Commission can take the following actions on an application: approval with modifications, denial, or deferral for more information. Appeal of denial may be made to the Circuit Court. Public comments will be heard on each agenda item as it is called. Other public comments will be heard during the public comment period. Are there any changes or additions to tonight's agenda? I have several. Do you guys have any?
No.
Okay. I need motions to discuss money from our small budget for window workshop with Bob Yap. Can we make one blanket motion?
Yeah.
I need a motion to put Basin Park for parks on the agenda and Equity Bank about changing signatures on our bank account there. Those are the three things I need.
I move that we approve.
Add.
Discussion. I move that we discuss
What I just
the
said.
agenda items as stated by Ms. Bright.
Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Christine made the motion. Frank seconded. Any discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed say nay. Motion carries 4-0. May I have approval of the agenda as amended? I need a motion to approve the agenda as we have just.
I make a motion to approve the agenda as presented.
Second.
Frank made the motion. Christine seconded. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed say nay. Motion carries 4-0. Okay. We have no old business. We have no new business. Consent agenda, level 1 and 2 projects the City Preservation Officer believes to be in accordance with the design guidelines. Any commissioner or member of the public may move any consent agenda item to the regular agenda for discussion. Level 2, 120 West Van Buren, is a yard sign studio applicant new sign. Did everyone see the consent agenda?
Yes.
Do I have a motion?
Do we have to? I move that we approve the consent agenda as stated.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Maggie made the motion. Christine seconded. Any discussion on it? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed say nay. Motion carries 4-0. Okay. I'm going to do the Basin Park by Parks first discussion. Do we have somebody? Sam, want to come up and introduce yourself? And
What's this?
this is for the Basin Park. I think he has handouts for us.
Yeah, thanks for making this for me, Kyle.
Good, thank you.
How are you?
I'm good, thanks so much, Sam.
I don't have that, do I? Is it
Thanks,
this?
Sam.
Good.
On this?
Well, none of us have this. He's
Yes,
handing
this
it
is
out
what I
to
want
us.
right here. Thank you.
Do you want me to give a little bit of information on that?
Yes, would you please?
Yes, please. So this application was submitted yesterday. Sam asked to be on the agenda for discussion to see what information you would like to see included in that application for review and possible approval for the next meeting.
Possibly what?
Review for the next meeting.
Okay. So we're not going to vote on this today.
Right, yeah.
The main thing, and I'm going to let Sam talk, but you guys can look through the package, the pictures and all. I don't know if you guys have looked at Basin Park just recently with all the work that they're doing.
Yeah.
I think the main thing, and I'm going to pull this picture out, a hand drawing. I think it shows the clearest, right, Sam? From what
Yeah, I would say that's probably the most, gives the biggest, best, clearest idea of what we're aiming
Because a lot
to
of
do.
this is just maintenance, like the steps here that they're rebuilding, but they're going to pull out the boxwoods, which that's okay. But when they do, there's blocks that have people's names on them, and you're going to,
Bricks, yeah. It's
Yeah,
the
the
memorial
bricks
brick
that-
pathway that on the, I guess it would be the northern
which,
portion of the walkway.
and you're going to put in stamped concrete up there and work those in?
So, no, I think we're going to leave those as is.
Okay.
I spoke with the contractor who will be doing the work, Stacy, today, and the way he's going to affix the hand railing is through a boring method technique that I was not super familiar with, but he can actually bore into the stone and epoxy it so that it doesn't crack or harm the stone, and it keeps it watertight. He described it a lot more eloquently than I'm able to because he has a lot of experience with that kind of stuff, but I felt very confident with his description that he's doing the right thing. The other side, the northern portion, will also be removing the boxwoods. And on that side, it's just dirt right now. There's no bricks, there's no anything. So on that side, we are proposing to do a stamped concrete walkway, just to make it a smooth surface for people to walk through. And
Which that is what we set up as code several years back. So as long, and Stacy knows, he's been with us, to us many times, so Stacy really pretty well knows what he's supposed to be doing. But the railing is the main thing up here. There is no railing right now, but it is safety. And I don't know exactly the inches and all, but Jacob has told them, 36 inches code.
yeah, 36 would be the code requirement for the handrail, the height of the handrails.
Yeah.
And you can see in one of the photos, that's
What is
Stacy measuring it. You can see the top of the
Height,
one
48?
handrail is 36 inches.
that? No, 36.
36.
36.
Yes.
Yeah. So it's going to match the railing in the park that's already there?
Yes, stylistically and dimensionally.
So you're not going to replace any of the existing handrails, you're going to add more?
Correct.
Right, okay.
Yeah.
Now, are you going to paint the handrails? Are they going to be a color or?
Oh, transparent, no, yeah, they will be a color.
I just want to make sure it's all uniform through the
No,
park.
for sure, and that's something, I would like to do at some point, because a lot of them kind of have some rust and signs of wear, and, just, I kind of like it, sort of charming to have that little bit of patina on them, but
Yeah.
it might be worth it to go through and just sort of touch up those smaller, finer details and pick a color that we and that y'all feel comfortable with, as far as the hand railing goes, and just stick with that. And obviously it's not going to match the moment we put them up, because we'll have to go retroactively do that and paint them and
Right.
have them match. But
I think it's a great idea myself.
So does anybody have any concerns with what they're wanting to do? Any questions for Sam? Do we have anybody in the audience that wants to make comments? Oh, yeah, I'm sure Ron has lots of comments.
Listen.
Ron Sumner, CFPC Tech Director, and as such, I've done literally hundreds of shows in the Basin Park band shell. And the steps have been a hazard all those years, and accident waiting to happen. And the new design seems to be well thought out, and it's going to make the functionality and egress and loading of equipment, et cetera, a lot easier. And I think it's a good step, no pun intended, in the right direction. So,
Thank you.
Thanks, Ron. Anybody else have a comment?
Hi, my name is Scott Price. I live at 5 Main Street here in Eureka Springs. I literally go downtown and sit in the park for 1 to 2 hours practically every day. And besides when the concerts are there, a lot of tourists go up there with their children. So it really is a safety hazard up there. And my only concern is that aesthetically, that's Basin Park is the crown jewel of Eureka Springs. People come here to see, that's the first thing they see when they drive through town. So I really like the trend of how it's going with the new park benches. And there's nothing wrong with a little extra paint, redoing all the railings in the park. It's just to make it look, new again and bright and fresh.
Uniformed.
And uniform. Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you.
Anyone else?
Hi, my name is Noel Morris. I work downtown. I'm walking through Basin Park all the
Just a
time.
moment. Your address.
30 Nova Street.
Thank you.
I walk through the park all the time. Walking is my primary form of transportation. And every time I go through the park, there's always families and kids hanging out in the park. And like the gentleman said, Basin Park is kind of the crown jewel, and the clamshell is the pinnacle of that crown jewel. And people are interested in it. They're always up there. So more safety is always better. And I think Sam's plan is going to fit in well with the rest of the aesthetic of the park. So I think we should do it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks. Anyone else? Okay. So you guys think this is a good plan and everything for him to go forward?
I do.
So,
just, sorry, I don't mean to
Go ahead.
interrupt, but there's another aspect of the proposal, which was the repair of the stairway going up, which is something Ron mentioned. So just so y'all are aware of what that would entail. Right now, the stairs leading up to the band shell on either side, you can see the state of the wood. It's pretty
The stairs?
yeah.
You wanna replace them
pretty
with
dire. And you can see at the bottom, it pinches into a very narrow point, which obviously for, people that run, bands and stuff, trying to haul equipment up there, it's almost impossible to get up there without clanging your drum set or your amplifiers on things. And so the idea would be to replace these with black metal graded stairs that would, obviously, you know, the longevity of those would be much longer. They'd be safer. They actually meet the code. Jacob and Stacy spoke about the dimension aspect of, you know, what the code is in terms of the rise and the run of the staircase. And the bottom would be wider. So essentially, it would allow for a very open entryway up to the band shell on
Straight up
either
to
side.
the band shell?
Yeah.
Is any way they can curve them a little bit? Just because it would look
The
really
stairs
good from the
themselves?
front view of the band shell if that was like that.
That would be kind of cool.
It would.
Yeah, I mean, they will taper because the bottom, I think, is going to be a little bit slightly wider than the top. But, I mean, I could ask.
You know what I'm saying?
No, yeah.
Just a little twitch, you know,
Yeah,
going
yeah,
up.
yeah.
That would be
It's like a
nice.
martini, you know, just a little twist. You know? Yeah. A little class. I like
Little
that.
class, you know. We are Eureka Springs.
That said, you know, also part of it is the fact that if we are trying to promote people to go up to the band shell, like Noah was saying, we want people to go up there and hang out. I spoke with Jacob about this, and he would really like to see us add a middle handrail to the railing that already exists on the band shell. Right now, it's just one railing, so there's nothing blocking anything under. I got 2 kids. They're a little crazy.
Yeah.
And, you know, it's a pretty big drop, so just the addition of that extra railing, I know that kind of hinders the view from down below of bands and other things, but
I wish there was some way we could keep them off the roof of the band shell. As I drive through town, sometimes I look up and I see kids up.
you see kids on the top of the band shell?
Yeah. It'd be
Okay, that's
nice
just crazy.
If we could put some type of fencing up there.
I mean, I could get some of those like electric shock pads like you put on couches for animals.
There you go.
Good idea.
That'd be cheap, right?
Dancing in the park.
I have never seen anyone on the roof, but I believe you.
Yeah. I mean,
Okay.
it's safety issues, so really.
Yeah.
Yeah. And a lot of this repair and stuff, I mean, some of it is rot and all, and Jacob has, I did get to see Jacob for a minute yesterday, and I just asked him, and he said, yeah, I'm happy with, you know, they were going to meet code and all, so that's, safety is the main issue for all of us. So, okay. So we'll
So
put
do you
it,
want to add the proposal for the second railing
I mean, it is in this.
across the band shell? Okay, it is in
yeah,
there. Okay.
yeah.
I didn't quite get all the way through it, but
No.
I think it's a great idea to have the second railing because you've got children.
so, and we can't vote on it tonight. It has to wait till next week.
Yeah, I can get a staff report ready for next time.
Okay. Okay. You're set for next time.
Okay.
I
Let's
know
do it.
you're wanting to get it all done by spring break.
We got plenty of other things we can do
Okay.
in the meantime.
Well, if we have to, we can always have an emergency meeting.
Yeah. So,
You guys good? Any questions? Or oh, and I mean, this is sort of shameless, but thank you to the Preservation Society for donating the money for the new benches. So
Oh, that's
public,
good.
saying that publicly. So thank you so much.
oh, you're welcome.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you guys.
It's going to improve our park, lots of things. This is going to look gorgeous. And like that gentleman said, it is the center of our town. It's the only park we have besides Lake Leatherwood and our little pocket parks in the center of town. It is our park. So it's important to the town to keep it nice. Okay. Let's see where we are next. Administrative approvals by the City Historic Preservation Officer or minor impact projects include original or ordinary maintenance that does not improve a change in materials, new and replaced signs, alterations to non-contributing or non-historic structures, excluding major additions or demolition, medium impact projects that meet design guidelines. These are all on our websites. And last meeting, we had one, and we've moved it. It's a fire escape. It's all safety. It's 115 East Van Buren. It is not a historic property. And we went ahead and moved it because it is safety, so we moved it to the consent, or administrative, I'm sorry. So you can go online and read all of those. Commissioner business, approval of minutes from December 6, 2023, regular meeting. 2, 3, 4. Yeah, Susan won't vote on this, but.
I move that we accept the minutes of the meeting of December 6th, 2023.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Christine made the motion, Maggie seconded. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Anybody opposed say nay. Motion carries 4-0. And we were the 4 that was present at that meeting.
Is that the only one we have?
That's the only one we have.
Okay.
Okay, discussion. CLG grant updates, NAPC registration, NAPC form. 4 commissioners get to go. It's July 31st, and it's either August 4th or 5th, would depend on when we could get flights in and back in here. If we can get out on the 4th, which is a Sunday, we'd come back. Otherwise, we'd have to wait till the 5th. Who would be interested? Did you read the notes that Kyle sent out?
What's our time frame before you have to know? You know by when? Does it say?
I would love to get a commitment by the end of the month, I think.
When?
By the end of the month.
This month, February?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I'll tell you guys, I've been watching airfares since September, probably. They were 600 and something at that time. 2 weeks ago, they had dropped to 306. Monday, they were 310 round trip. And we have to fly into West Palm. Or if we can get it cheap enough into Fort Lauderdale, but that would have to rent a car and go that way. So I've been looking at all different directions. So sooner the better that we can lock in that airfare. And who wants to really go? I mean.
And we have October Hot Springs.
That would be a local training, so everybody could go to that one.
We can drive down there.
Yeah. Yes. The for the form, we only have form every 2 years. We do not have it every year like most places. Last year it was Cincinnati?
2 years ago, Cincinnati.
Oh, yeah, 2 years ago. Sorry, I just said they're not every.
It flew by, yeah.
And because of the cost and all, that's why they're limiting it to 5. So Kyle automatically will go, and then 4 commissioners can go.
And if we have more than 4 interested in going, part of figuring this out early is if we can get cheaper airfare, it kind of opens up a little bit more funds for more people if more people are interested. So.
Yeah, and there's ways that we can maybe get other monies. And so that's kind of why it's important to at least tell us if you're interested in going.
Okay.
They are worthwhile, I think. I mean, I've been to 3, I think.
Yeah, so.
I know Frankie went long time ago.
We went to Baltimore.
You went to Baltimore, okay. Before my time. Before my time.
They got great places in Baltimore.
Well, I'll agree that. I didn't go to that one. I went other places, Baltimore. But yeah, we've tried to get everybody that wants to go there. So think about it.
If you have any questions over the next few days, let me know. I'm happy to talk to you about it. So I went to the Cincinnati one last year, and they had some really good program stuff. So everybody would benefit.
And yeah, like depending on how many has been suggested, we could always look at an Airbnb, maybe, a house that maybe we could all stay in. The hotel, we know the rate's $165 a night plus tax. It's not open yet to book. I keep watching it because we can hold it till usually 48 hours in advance or something without charge, but I don't know.
Okay.
And then, yeah, October, just mark your calendar. Hot Springs will be our local training.
Yeah, they don't have specific dates yet, but it will be 2 nights in Hot Springs.
And we're not having a spring one in May? No spring?
No.
Okay.
If they do, I think it'll be just like a webinar.
Okay.
So.
Well, probably because of form and being so expensive, we got to save money. Okay. I'm going to jump up here and put in our 2 other things that we added, and then we'll jump back down to elections. We have some money, 8,000. Maggie will read us what we have.
$8,394.81.
Somebody left to us years ago, and
What is it?
money.
$8,394.81.
Somebody died and left us. And we've spent some over the years. I can't remember how much was originally. It was before my time. I think 15,000, but I'm not sure. Could have been more.
That's our account.
We can vote how to spend it. We are having the workshop. Do you want me to read this? Or, well, you guys all have that on the workshop that we're having with Bob Yap for the window workshop. Over the years, I know Glenna tried to have one. It got postponed a couple of times. Ours has gotten postponed a couple of times. He's renowned, known around the whole nation on how to fix windows. He will be here March 2nd and 3rd.
Yes.
And they're holding the workshop over at Wanderoo. We found windows. That was also a major issue, just finding the kind of windows he wanted us to work on. So we're going to have 14 people that can attend this and do this in a 2-day and learn how to do that. We've had several interested here locally in town, which that's great because then they can work on windows in town and teach other people. But we need a little bit of money for like lunches or something to help there. So with that money, I would suggest maybe Kyle and I kind of talked, maybe $350 of it, $350 to go toward that weekend. And that would be up to you guys.
For 14.
Is it a 2-day?
It's a 2-day. Yeah, Kyle made everybody a little deal printout about it. It's with Main Street and Preservation. And then we would be a sponsor. And Kyle has a little bit of budget. He's going to put a little bit in out of his budget. I don't know, Preservation and Main Street, we're both giving $5,000 apiece.
Where's it going to have this at?
At Wanderoo.
Oh, at Wanderoo? You're going to be there? You know all about window restoration.
Yeah, I'll be there assisting, yeah.
He had to have, well, Kyle can explain this better than I. The windows, he needed, you explain about the windows.
Yeah, so it's a wood window restoration, and so he was looking for specific windows with the 2 operating sashes, weights and ropes. Yeah, so yeah, Wanderoo has a couple that are ideal that we can teach the community on window restoration that it's kind of a big deal in, well, not just Eureka Springs, but definitely Eureka Springs.
When is this? February what?
March.
March?
March 2nd and 3rd. It's a Saturday and a Sunday. You know, Kyle really had a hard time finding the windows that Bob Yap wanted. I mean, it wasn't an easy task. And Wanneroo is in the historic district. It is a historic property. So it's a fitting property.
Okay.
So I do, if you guys are for taking $350 of our dollars out of that account, I need a motion. And
450?
350.
350?
Yeah.
And it's in our savings account? Is that what it is for the HDC?
Yeah, I guess it's a savings account.
Savings account? And we want to apply it to
The window workshop,
the window workshop.
yeah, for, I think it's going to go for what, the meals, help with the meals and.
I guess it doesn't have to be that specifically. We can
Okay.
just be one of the co-sponsors.
Yeah, we'll just be a
It's
co-sponsor
March
to
2nd and
it.
3rd. Is that the
Yeah, March 2nd and
class?
3rd.
It's a class, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's a 2-day class,
Okay.
yes,
Want me to make
from
a motion?
8 till 5 each day.
Okay, that's fine. Okay, I make a motion that we take $350 out of the Historic District Commission's savings account and apply it to the window workshop for March 2nd and 3rd.
Second.
Frank made the motion, Christine seconded. Any discussion on this? All in favor say aye.
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 Any opposed say nay. Motion carries 4-0. Thank you, guys. Now, okay, money for the workshop, Basin Park. Okay, our next one, our Equity Bank, where this savings account is. We need to do some changes on the signatures. We got to get Kyle. We started this last year, and I don't know what happened. Things happen. I'm the only signature right now that's still on there, so we need more people on that signature card. So we have to get it on, have it on the agenda, which we did, and then vote on, we need to add Kyle.
So we need a motion to remove Steve and Kylie, add myself, and then my suggestion is the chair and the treasurer, but we can make it anybody from the commission.
Okay, so first I'll make a motion to remove Steve Hollyfield and Kylie
Haverty's.
Steve Hollyfield is the signature that's sitting on there right now.
D?
And Kylie, who was before Kyle, Haverty's, those two we need a motion to remove those two from the account.
Steve and Kylie. From the
So-
savings account?
Yes, if somebody would make those motions.
Okay. I make a motion that we remove Steve and Kylie from the Historic District Commission's saving account.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Frank made the motion, Christine seconded. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed say nay. Motion carries 4-0. Now, we need a motion to put Kyle on there. And then do you want, you said the chair and the vice chair, whoever those two people would be at the, do we need to put their names on the?
Well, it should be you, D.
Yes, we
Well,
should put their names on there.
Let's do election first, and then we'll come back to this motion.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay? I'm sorry.
No, you're good.
Okay, then we're at number 3, commission elections. So, I'm going to start with treasurer. Who wants to be treasurer?
Well, I'll start it out. I make a motion that we reappoint Dee Bright as chairman of the Historic District Commission.
Second.
Frank made the motion, Christine seconded. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed say nay. 4-0.
Okay, let me see.
Okay, that's chair. And then we need vice chair. Okay, right now Peter is our vice chair.
Is he still on the commission?
As far as we know.
As far as we know, he's
still in Eureka.
still here.
Listed,
He's either in India or he's in Maryland right now, because I know he was going to India. He told me like 2 weeks and then back home for a couple of weeks and then back here. So we can't talk to him, but if you guys want to leave him, put him back on, we can vote him on, have that discussion later with him. What do you guys want to do?
I think I'd like to leave him on.
You want to, okay, so we'll need a,
Unless somebody else wants that
yeah,
position.
Christine, do you want to be the vice chair?
I would do it,
You will?
yeah.
Okay.
okay. So we need a motion. I'll vote this time because Christine, I said, somebody make the motion and I'll vote because
For
Christine,
Christine?
yeah, make a motion for Christine.
Okay, I make a motion that we appoint Christine as vice chair of the Historic District Commission.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Okay, so Frank and Maggie. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed say nay. Motion carries 4-0. Okay, now, secretary. The secretary sits next to me and fills out these little forms with Kyle's help.
I'll do secretary if you guys will nominate me.
I nominate Frank Green to be secretary of HDC.
Okay.
Okay,
Do you
just
have
a
a
moment.
Second.
Frank.
Thank you.
Okay, just a moment, Frank.
All in favor?
Christine. Okay, Frank, Susan made the motion.
Susan seconded.
Christine seconded it. All in favor?
Susan made the motion.
Yeah, Susan made the motion, Christine seconded. All in favor say aye. Aye. Motion, opposed say nay. Motion carries 4-0.
Okay.
Now we're back to treasurer.
Treasurer?
Maggie said she'd stay.
In full disclosure, though, I am having knee surgery, and I also work, or will go back to work. So I just don't want, if someone else would want to be treasurer.
All you have to do is read this every meeting. The bank account is what you do.
I'll volunteer to be treasurer.
Okay. So you want to make a motion?
Whoa, Maggie?
Susan?
Susan? I make a motion that we elect Susan Daniels as secretary.
No.
Treasurer.
Oh, treasurer?
Treasurer.
I'm sorry. Treasurer.
Money.
I'm the secretary. Treasurer.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Frank made the motion, Christine seconded. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed say nay. Motion carried, aye, 4-0. Because she
we're
can't
good.
vote for herself, so.
All right. Now we have to go
Okay,
back.
now, let's go back to our equity bank of who we're going to put on there. So we're going to put Kyle, Christine, and myself on the signature, correct?
Sounds good to me.
You don't want the treasurer on there, you want the vice chair.
Well, yeah, let's do.
Kyle and
let's put
Christine.
Susan on there too, since she's treasurer?
Sure.
Okay. So
It should,
we want Kyle
you,
and Christine and Susan.
and Susan.
So you write
You're
down
gonna be
this.
on it?
Yeah, Kyle, myself,
Christine and Susan.
Christine,
You're welcome. I
Susan
don't want to not be here when it's necessary.
as signatures on our account. So would somebody please make that motion? Oh, how are we going to, do we just all vote because,
Yeah.
okay.
I move that we reassign we replace signatures on the savings account for the Equity Bank with Kyle, Dee, Christine, and Susan.
All in favor say aye.
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 Aye. Any opposed say nay. Motion carries. I'm just
Had a
going to put
second?
5-0 because
Did we second that?
no.
I'll
Maggie,
second.
okay, Maggie made the motion, Frank seconded. Now, all in favor say aye. Aye. Motion carries 5-0.
Okay, we're ready to go.
Okay, next meeting. Okay, next meeting will be February 21st, 2024. Level 3 applications due Thursday, February 8th. Level 2 applications due Thursday, February 15th. Agenda settings for February 21, 2024 meeting. Anybody got things you want to talk about? If so, you can also let Kyle know if you think of something. Public comments, we have no one in the audience.
When's the deadline for level 3s? What does it say? Level 3, due for Thursday? Okay, I said it.
Tomorrow,
Tomorrow?
February 8th,
Okay.
on level 3s.
8th for 3s.
Okay, commissioner comments. Susan?
I got a question about people getting permits to paint their houses, and then they only paint the front of their houses, and they leave the other 3 sides the original color. Is that,
They can do that.
that's okay?
We're not the pretty police.
Yeah.
It's weird.
I'm sorry.
Sometimes they can only afford to paint one side because their houses are so big and it's so costly, so they'll paint the side that needs it the most.
Yep, there's no code against it.
Ugly.
But we don't have jurisdiction.
We're not the
over-
pretty police. We can't say
Hey,
that,
anymore.
and
We're not.
especially at the table on the mic.
We're not the pretty police.
Sorry, guys.
Even though it's a fine line.
Okay, Maggie.
Welcome, Susan, and thank goodness Kyle's back, well and vertical. And Dee, congratulations, and let's make it a great year.
Congratulations for what? I didn't get my boot off.
No, you got voted in again.
Thank you, Maggie.
Congratulations to the rest of the new officers, too. Sorry.
I'm excited. We got new people.
Yes.
Christine.
Everything Maggie said, and just to reiterate, we're so glad that Kyle's back.
Frankie,
What?
you got something to say?
No? I'm ready to adjourn.
Okay, my turn. Okay. We do have the workshop that we talked about. It's on Facebook and all. Should I read this or?
If you want.
Okay, well, I'll do parts of it.
Okay.
Okay. Main Street, Eureka Springs to host the Window Repair Preservation Boot Camp with Bob Yap. This is part of the press release. Main Street, Eureka Springs is hosting a hands-on wood window repair workshop for their Preservation Boot Camp initiative on March 2nd and 3rd. The workshop will take place at the historic Wanderloo Lodge. Participants will learn to repair historic wood windows while repairing the windows of the gravel bar of the Wanderloo Lodge. Nationally known historic preservation consultant Bob Yap of Preservation Resource Inc. in Hannibal, Missouri, will instruct the workshop. And let's see, it's a 2-day. There's 14 people, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. And if people want, the registration cost is on a sliding scale of 100 to 350. And there's lunches. Contact Jackie Woven at 479-244-5074, or you can also call Kyle and he'll help you get to the right place to fill out the registration forms. Okay, and welcome Susan to the board, and I'm really glad Kyle's back. I'm so happy he's back. And it helps me. Oh, park. Sam did say something. I don't know if you guys have seen on Facebook, if you're on there, the new park bench, that's the prototype. It's beautiful. And Preservation Society, with part of our money from the Tariff Homes, is financing all of those. They picked up some more yesterday, I believe, to do some more. But they'll get all, there's 13 of them. They'll do all 13 of them. And then with the band shell and all that work, that'll be a lot. Then we'll work on the fountain again. Preservation does a lot of the fountain. We bought it and everything, so. But there's, we were talking about that, what we can do, but I'm excited to get that park nice for the summer. It was so bad last year. So, okay, adjournment.
I make a motion that we adjourn.
Oh, wait, we didn't ask Kyle if he had
Oh, I'm
something
sorry,
to say.
Oh, no, you're good. Thank you, everybody. I definitely feel the love. I'm happy to be back and see you all again. Susan, welcome. I'm excited for new people also. And everybody, thank you for your commitment. I think 2024 is going to be amazing.
And we do have an open seat on this. So we do need people to come fill out applications. Okay, now you can adjourn us.
Okay, now I make a motion to adjourn.
Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
And that was Frank and Christine.